Hey, welcome everyone. It's Rick. I'm back. I'm back from Oregon. Uh, I had a 2 day trip up there to Oregon, Salem, Oregon, to all the vineyards up there. We played at two of the vineyards, uh, Aurora Colony Vineyards. That was awesome. And Bjornson Vineyards. And I got some pictures I'll probably put on the community page later. We got to stay at the Bjornson Vineyards. They had a nice suites upstairs above the restaurant, so that was really fun. And we played to like a sold out crowd. They had to reserve tables, is the way they do it there. And the cool thing, it's Sunday night. We got back a little early. It's a little late here. What time is it? It's almost 9, but guess what? I usually have to go to work in the morning on Monday, but I took the day off, so this is the first time I'm painting this late at night on a Sunday. Hopefully I can draw some people maybe from Europe in. I want to put a underpaint on here. I'm thinking of burnt umber. Just burnt umber real quick with the wet brush. This is a soft acrylic brush. I'm using Amsterdam paint, okay? Before I left to go to Oregon to the vineyard shows, I was asked to do some paintings with Amsterdam paint. So this is all Amsterdam paint that I'm using, acrylic. And let me get some burnt, this might be not burnt umber, this is darker. This is the that's all right. We want it dark. We want a dark undertone like that, because then it'll get the trees will look cool. I'm pretty sure, because I had some paint left over on my, this is Van Dyke Brown with a little bit of burnt umber in it. Doesn't that look cool? Look how dark that is. Van Dyke Brown. With, it might have a little black in it, because I always do that. Because I had a little paint left on my palette, and I left it in my my box. That keeps it fresh. So I don't waste too much paint anymore. I'll throw my palette in that box and seal it up, and it keeps it good for like 3 or 4 days, so I don't have to waste paint anymore. So this is going to be the undertone, let's call it that, because I'll put some more undertone on here in a little bit once I get going. There's a lot of different ways I paint a landscape, but what's cool about this way, here you get rid of all the white, that bright white. We'll get rid of that, and I'm going to do a puzzle painting today, which I'm going to have trees on the sides again, clouds up here, while the mountains in here, maybe a river coming down, who knows. I just design as I go. I was in Oregon for 2 days. I got to see the all the vineyards out there. So what I'm going to do probably in the next week, I'll probably do a couple pieces of with the vineyard in here, with like all the rows of grapes and stuff. It was kind of cool. Not only that, I'll put the buildings in there. They have a lot of buildings out on the land that, you know, where they hold the equipment, and they look really cool. They paint them really cool colors. All right, there's my undertone. It's like a Van Dyke brown. It could be, this is also, could be burnt umber with black in it. So just use a dark brown. Just don't spend too much time. Just get some brown color up there. So now, I think I'm going to do a blue sky today. I got cobalt blue, I believe. Let's see what it is. Phthalo blue. Some phthalo blue from Amsterdam. I'm going to lighten it up a bit with white. I'll just take a little bit of this phthalo blue and add a little white to it. Let's do it this way today. Let me mix a little black. I still have blue on my palette knife, but let's take a little black here and a little more white and make a gray. You can leave the blue on your knife, doesn't matter. Just make like a dark gray. And we're going to put a mountain up there first. And then I'll do a little layout here. Okay. I'm going to use my good brush. This is a number 10. It's a number 10 filbert. See how it's like round on the top there? It's perfect for, this is a 16 by 20. This can put down a lot of paint really quick. Let's design a cool mountain in here. So I think I'm going to have some trees, maybe not coming into the middle today. So I think I'm going to have some trees like right in here and maybe right in there. Okay, so I know where my sky is going to be. And let's just put a mountain in here now. Any kind of mountain you want. Put a few peaks in there. Draw it down just a bit. This is that gray I made. What's cool about landscape art, you don't have to be really perfect with your mountains. Just throw something up there that looks like mountains, okay? And if you want an extra peak in there, just throw it in there, okay? Just like that. Really easy. These are going to end up being trees over here. I just did that so I know where my sky is going to be. Down here I'm going to put yellow ochre just below the mountain here. I'm trying not to use too much water on my brush today. I'll just put a little yellow ochre down here, and it'll mix with the color I put on the mountain here in a second. You can almost see some groundwork taking place in there. Let me add a little white to it. Make a little magic happen here. Create some distant hills in there, maybe. There we go. So I had fun. Our band played 2 nights in a row. First night in Salem, and then the second today. We actually played today. I just got back from Oregon just a while ago. All right, here's that blue. Wow. I'm trying to get it painted on that brown. See, let me see. It's dry. It's pretty dry, so put some blue up there in the sky. Putting it on pretty heavy because I don't want any water in the paint. I'm going for a blue sky with it'll have white clouds. So I'm going to lighten this up a little, even a little. Well, actually, I got some turquoise. I'm going to make this turquoise color. I'm going to add white to it. You know what I saw out there a lot was patina. I love that color. It gave me some ideas. Like, you know, when bronze or copper starts to oxidize, you get this patina color on it. Almost looks like this. So I'm going to mix that into the sky here. And then I'm going to lighten up this part down here. Just put titanium white down here at the bottom. I'm kind of painting loose today, just big brush strokes. Just trying to get the color up on the canvas for right now. It'll come out looking good. Look at all that cool color. Patina. Let me blend this out here. So they really liked us there at the Bjornson vineyard, and they want us to come back again. And the Aurora Colony Vineyard wants us to come back. Wow, so we might do that again soon. Look at that sky so far. Let's see who's in the... this is the latest I've ever painted a painting on Sunday. Because I usually have to work. I usually have to work in the morning. Let me put my trees up here real quick, just the color. This is sap green with some black in it. I'm just going to put the color up here for now. Let's see. I'll do this. Just try and make it look like a tree popping into the side here. Doesn't have to be perfect right now. I'm just trying to get my colors down. It's a dark green, so I can lay some lighter colors on top. There we go. Cool. Sap green. This is sap green, and it's got some black in it, just to darken it up a little bit. It's not going to end up that dark, trust me. I'm going to put some light green highlights on it. Maybe some white blossoms or something. Trying to make it look loose, so I'm leaving some of these like brush strokes in it at the very end, so it looks more like an oil painting. Just like that. I'm not trying to do anything too fancy here. It's going to look realistic, but it's going to look like real loose. Like, I'm not going to try and make these look like trees. It's just the idea of a tree up there. Let me do all the... I think I want some water down here. With that, I think that patina color, believe it or not. I don't know if that'll go good in here. I think I want a green, bluish water. I'm going to take some of the blue from up here and add some of that dark green into it. Okay. And it's going to be like a dark green. So I'm going to put, or blue-green, I'm sorry. I'm just going to put some blue-green down here and maybe create some kind of lake down here. Just like that, and then I'll put the landscape around it. That'll end up being a lake. So around the lake, down here I'm going to put more yellow ochre and a little burnt umber mixture. I'll try and shout out the colors I'm using. It's just yellow ochre and burnt umber. I'm just trying to fill this in real quick. with color. And then I'll do some hills in here. And this is I'm just adding to the undertone here a little bit. The more colors you mix in here, the better it looks. I mean, look at all the, so far I've got the brown underneath on the tone. I got yellow ochre, burnt umber, Van Dyke brown in there. I got gray mountains. Let's make all this, let's put some green here. Sap green with black in it. Just around the lake or river, whatever this is going to be. Maybe a pond, I don't know. Yeah, so tomorrow what I'll do, I'll find a picture. I took a lot of pictures up there of the vineyards, so I think I'm going to end up doing a painting of a vineyard. It'll be fun. Because they got rows and rows and rows of grapes, man. It was pretty amazing. This is a fun way to do a landscape. Just put the color down. All I really did so far was make a mountain. And I'm just throwing I'm throwing earth tones down right now. I think it's going to end up looking pretty good. We'll put some dark color in here so then you automatically get some shadows, okay? I'm going to mix a little yellow ochre and green now for over here and get a different color. Look at all those different colors I'm getting down there in the grass. And then I'll put some dirt over here. Some brown. And some brown over here. Wow. That looks amazing. I already got a like on it. Cool. Thanks. Haven't even started yet. Yeah, it does look good already, I guess. I got a mountain and a blue sky and some trees going. Let's take there's a trick you can do if this is still wet. You could take a bristle brush and we can try and create some light in here. Maybe just to get an idea where the highlights are going to go. If you want. Sometimes it helps that you kind of see where the branches are going to be. You don't have to do that though. I can already see a light spot here that maybe looked like maybe the light's going to be hitting right there. All right, cool. Let me do the mountain real quick. I like doing the mountains. This is a really low mountain. You see my Mountains are usually bigger, but I think this will look more realistic uh, when it's done. It's the mountain's really going to look far back there because it's smaller. I do a lot of mountains, so I can go pretty quick on these. So I'm not going to explain it because uh, I've got a lot of tutorials on my channel. You can go watch. But I will say, like, if you want to do like really nice, cool mountains that look real, you need to use a knife because it makes it look pretty cool. The way a knife works a little different than a brush. It lays the paint on the canvas and it won't blend in. A brush is going to blend into the color underneath. So this is actually just laying the paint on top. So you get a more I guess a brighter look. It just looks different than a brush. So you can use a brush up there if you want with this color. But if you want to get realistic looking mountains, you need to use a knife. If you want to paint like as quick as I'm painting. The thing is, I start selling my artwork at all the, I live in Seattle, so we have markets every Saturday here in my neighborhood, starting next month. And some of the Saturdays we're going to be able to set up a booth so I can sell my art. So the point I'm getting at is if you're out there selling art and you're doing, if it takes too long for you to do a painting, say you're spending a week on a painting, well, you're not gonna be able to sell many paintings. So you want to try and pick up some speed if you're going to be out there selling. Or you could do what all the other artists do. They just make copies. But I don't like to make copies. I like to sell the originals. But what a lot of artists do, they don't paint as fast as I do, and they'll just sell prints, okay? But I don't do that. They're getting the original. And I can do them pretty quick, and wow, that looks amazing already. Let's get that crazy world spinning there. Where am I at? 2 likes already. Yeah. I like it too now. That's 3 likes. This is the first time I've painted on a Sunday night, believe it or not. Because I work every Monday, but I'm off tomorrow. So I'm up late painting this. And I paint on the fly. I don't follow another picture or anything. But when I do the vineyards from Oregon, I'll have to look at my picture and follow how the vineyard went. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking the white and continuing it down and making some more hills here. Following the white that's up here and creating some longer lines. And I'm going to make some cliffs in here now. Let's put one down here. So now, watch, I'm going to make a few cliffs in here. Just by doing that. And get that same, I'm going to get the same blue, turquoise blue. And watch, I'm going to create some more drop-offs in here. Just really quickly, really loose. See that? See how quick I'm going? Just throw the paint up there loosely. So when you do acrylic paint, here's another tip. You see the hard line there now underneath the blue? This is dry, so it won't blend in, so you gotta get rid of that hard edge like this by just touching it with the brush and then lightly blend it. It'll look like it's blending into the yellow ochre underneath. Just get rid of that, any hard edge in there. Just like that. You just need a wet brush and then lightly blend it. There, I'm giving you some tips already. It's kind of how I do my clouds too. I'll show you when I do my clouds. And look at that, it looks like a pretty cool mountain range up there now. I think I need I need one coming across this way. So what I'll do, this will all change here. What I'll do, I'll cut one across here like this. Okay. And I think it'll help it look a little better. Yeah, it looks more like now there's a hill coming this way and those got pushed back a little. Blend that hard line out. Cool. Yeah, I like that better. I like that a lot. All right, very good. All right, the mountain's done. Let me take a little breather here. Let's see who's in the, if anybody's watching. Sean. When I go out 16 by 20, uh, out there where I sell them, I sell these for like $75. Okay, and then I have a smaller one. Here's an abstract I did before I left Oregon. The smaller ones I sell for 50. Here's a small one I did on St. Patrick's Day with the green water, the green sky. So 50 bucks, 75 for these. But the ones I sell at the art gallery, they're more. They're like, some are $320. It depends on what the gallery they price them for. So, but when I'm out there selling, when I'm selling them in a booth in my tent, I sell them cheap, really quick to get them going. You know, I got to get rid of them. But if it's because I can get them done so quickly too. That's another reason why. I'm telling you, some people, this would take them a week to do just what I did right there. So it all depends on how long I work on a painting as well. Put some bushes down here now. See the same thing when you put your bush in, get rid of the bottom line just by blending it into the color underneath. Just get rid of the hard line underneath. You just soften it up, and then it looks like a shadow underneath there. I put my bushes in dark, and then I'll highlight them, okay, with different colors. That way I still get some dark colors in the bush. Same thing with the tree. I'll show you when I highlight the trees and the bushes. Sometimes, like, if you know you're going to have some trees way back here, you can lighten them up first by putting a little white in the dark color. And you can make these trees already a little lighter because they're way in the distance. I'll make this like maple trees here. There we go. These could have been a little darker. So you just darken them up again. Or you could put a lighter green on those if you want. It's looking pretty good. Putting all my shrubbery in right now. Then I'll probably do I'll do the clouds next. Put a few evergreen trees in here. It's looking pretty good for Sunday night painting. I just got off the road. I was on the road for like 4 hours. We just got back from my band played in Oregon. It was fun. We got to play Saturday night, and then we played this afternoon at the Aurora Colony Vineyard in Aurora, which is just outside of Portland, Oregon. Binte! Hey, how you doing? I'm like painting on a Sunday night because I'm off tomorrow. You believe that? You know I gotta work every Monday at 2 in the morning, but I took tomorrow off, so I get to paint tonight. This is actually the first time I'm painting on a Sunday night. I'm usually in bed sleeping already. Let's do some clouds. And then I'll finish up down here. I'll probably get to put some bushes down here with some big trees here in the foreground here. Well, let's do some clouds. And then I still got a lot to do. I got to highlight all these trees, these bushes. I got to finish the water. I just put one color down there so far. The undertone. There's a lot to do, so I mean, if you guys aren't tired, I can keep going. I got 3 likes already. Actually 4, because I like it too. Let me get me more in the picture here. Yeah, there I am. Yeah, technically it is. It's going to be Monday here in about a couple hours. I forget, you're in Australia, right? Let me see. Where are you at again, Binte? India, right? I always forget where you're from. I got to write it down. I think it's India. Probably Australia. Right on. Thanks, Sean. If you're not in here, I'll see you next time. Yeah, I know. I got to sell these cheap. Sean was asking how much I sell these for. But, the small ones, this is pretty big, actually. People like the small ones better, actually, when I go sell. They like these little, so I got a lot of little ones I do. That's 14 by 14. This is 16 by 20. But I try and get 50 for the small ones, 75 for these. And it depends on how long it takes me. Like this one's going to take a little longer because I'm really taking my time, and I just got back from Oregon, and I'm just trying to relax. So put a cool cloud right up here. Pretty cool. I kind of want to layer one here, going this way now, in front of that one a little bit. Try and fill up the whole thing here with clouds. Wow. That looks pretty cool. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. I'm just trying to fill it in here. Try and layer a cloud on top of that one. want to fill the whole sky in here. That looks cool. See how I filled the whole sky in? That looks pretty wicked, man. I really like that. That's like really filling in your sky with clouds right there. Wow. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. I really like that. I really like that a lot. Let's see where Binte. Oh, and if you want to like it, you gotta close the chat down first, and then you'll see it, and then you can come back to the chat room. Or you can hit the three dots like Bente said. Yeah, he showed me that, I remember. So I'm going to run some water down from up here. Let's see if I can bring it from here. Watch this. We'll bring some water from way up here. Way up here. And then down here. And through here. And then through the trees into this water here. This is all water down here. So this is how it's filling from the snow melt. Doesn't that look cool? I used this knife for that. You just got to put a little bit on the point, the tip, and then you can rub that paint in. Nice and easy. It's looking pretty good. I think I want to make the water stand out a little more. So what I'm going to do is mix some more blue and white. I'm just going to make it light first. Lighten it up a little bit first, and then keep an eye on it. It'll probably soak in a little bit. Yeah, I like that better. See how it stands out more? And what I'll do is I'll darken from here down. I'll darken this, and it'll look like it's flat. But let me let this dry real quick. This is looking pretty good. All right, I'm at the point now. I'm going to put some bushes here and run a large tree up, maybe right into the sky here. So I need to mix a little more sap green and black. Sometimes I use the dark brown to do the trees. But usually it's sap green with black in it. You can put a little brown in it if you want. I'll show you a picture in a little bit, because these evergreens trees, if you see them when you're in Seattle or in Washington or Oregon, from a distance, they're always dark, you know. Always dark. So I'm going to put some bushes first here. Put some cool bushes here. A little bigger than those. Kind of coming down at an angle, then I'll pull the bottom out and make a shadow. Some cool bushes there. I'm going to put a little white on my brush and show you how I separate these later. So you'll see the bushes like how I see them. Just by putting a little white there, you'll see how the bushes get separated there. You see that? So then I know where to put my highlight colors. Bushes take some practice. If you do it like this first with a little white on your brush, and you can practice getting your, first I like to separate them. Just like that. So now I'm going to run a big tree probably in between these two peaks here. I want to get it up into the sky because it'll look cool up here and up in the sky. And it'll come over the water a little bit, but that's all right. You can already see how cool that's going to look. Just the trunk on there. I'm going to make it skinny because, I mean, I don't want to cover all this work I did down here. So what I'm going to do is stay on the trunk and then just get a little wider as I come down. Keep it skinny up here so I don't cover up the mountain. And I'll just make it a tall, skinny tree. How's that? Because I don't want to cover up the whole lake there. I think that looks good enough. We'll keep it tall and skinny. And then I'll put a small one maybe here at an angle. Not at an angle, but really close to it. Really close. Same style. You just put the color down, the idea of a tree there, because I'll highlight the one side of it to make it stand out a little bit. I mean, it's already standing out. It's like really dark evergreen tree. It looks great. Looks cool. Look at that. This looking pretty good. It's looking really good. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. If you take a little bit of white, and you can pull it out underneath these bushes just a bit. It just helps the bottom of the bush kind of show up a little bit. That's all you got to do. I probably change this to a different color in a little bit. And I could do the same thing here a little bit. And we could do the same thing out here on these bushes. There we go. I'm going to highlight this tree here first, and then I'll do the big trees here in a second. I think I'm going to use a light blue. Have you ever highlighted a tree with blue? It's like a grayish blue. Let's give it a try. It's like a grayish blue color. Just kind of putting a dress on it is what I'm doing. I think that looks cool. I think that looks really cool. I'm going to do these in yellow ochre, I think. I think I'm going to use pink. Let's do pink down here. I don't have any color in here. So I have Algerian crimson with a little white now I'm going to put in it. With a little blue, it almost turned purple. Let's make some cool bushes down here. I think I'm going to do some in pink and some in blue. We do these in like a bluish. I think it'll look all right. I'm not sure. Yeah, that'll work. Not the best color choice, but I think I'll do these in yellow then. With a little yellow ochre and little yellow ochre and a yellow. I think it'll look cool. Almost like yellow grass or something. There's some invasive weed up there in Oregon that looks yellow like that. They hate it. Do, 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 do. All right, it's time to do these big trees. Let me see where I am on time. am I on time? An hour and 10 minutes. All right. Let me finish these trees. Boo. So what happened? These are already dry. So I got to put some more of that color up there. So that was sap green with a little black. So what I'm going to do is just going to wet it again with some this color. So I can blend some colors into it. Just like that. Just got to wet it again, that's all. And then I'm going to take I'll try a light green. I got some light green here with some white. Might be too light, but we'll give it a try. This is where I need practice. So the light's coming from the right here. So I'm going to pick out a big clump right here. Maybe it's coming more down on the top right. So I'm going to put some light color back here. A little bit at a time. Wow, that's really bright. And then I'll have another clump down here. Do 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 do. Do something like that. I'll have to work on that one. This side's a little easier for me. There we go. I kind of like that. That looks good. I'll just put some like white blossoms in there. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to add the dark color to this side, but it still worked. I kind of made both sides look the same, huh? That's all right. I'll fix it up. We'll put in a few highlights now here with white. With the white is mixing into the green, so it makes a lighter green on top. And you just push it into the color, and it'll blend with the light green, okay? We'll put just one big clump here. So it looks different than that side. I'm still practicing my trees. Those are hard to learn how to do them. But it came out looking pretty good. Look at that. Look at those trees, man. Wow. I really like the way those came out this time. You notice how this side is a little darker because I put more dark paint underneath before I did it, and I didn't do it on that side. So what I can do is I can add the dark color in now in the shadow spots, like right in the shadows here. Just some dark color in here. Just like that. Wow. This came out pretty good. I'm really happy with those trees. Now you can make them stand out even more by putting a little more white, right? Or yellow. Let's try yellow. I'm going to try a little bit of yellow. My yellow's kind of dried out a little, but let's put a little yellow, like where the light would be hitting directly on it. And look at that. I have to blend it in. Kind of made it too bright, I think. I think the white will be better. Let me do it with the white. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. All right, I'm not gonna mess with them anymore. They look good enough for now. Let me move on. Boo doo boo. I want to finish all this groundwork down here. Let's see if this grass might be too bright. Kind of like it though. Let's put a little grass down there. Yeah, that looks cool. We'll put a little bit of that bright grass back here. There we go. This is looking pretty good. I want some of that grass here now. Wow. Wow. That really made it look cool. I'm going to put a shadow right here. See if I can do it. Just a little shadow from that tree up there. There we go. It's coming from this tree up here. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-ba. Man, I'm really happy with this one, guys. I'm up late doing a painting on Sunday. Really unusual for me. See how I extend that white out just a little? It makes it look cool. So this is like the water waves kind of crashing up against the shore here. Okay. The, the, when you do a water line way in the back, try and make this one as small as you can. Like, so it makes it look like it's farther back. You don't have to make it too big. A lot of times I'll slop it up there and it looks, there's too much white. There we go. Wow. I did like a really clean job on this one, huh? I was starting it out, I thought it was going to be more like Impressionism, but it turned out to be like more realistic, you know? That's all right. These still sell. That's why I do them, because people still buy these landscapes. So trying to get some straight lines here. I don't want to use my brush. Looks like I'm gonna have to use my brush, so alright, hold on, let me get the liner brush here. I never have good luck with my liner brush, but maybe it'll work today. The trick on the liner brush is just to get the paint on the very tip. If you fill the whole brush up, it doesn't work. So you just got to get it right on the tip there. Alright, there's a few. I don't want to bore you with the branches. Some birds flying in there. It's always nice. I like this green grass I put down here. It looks pretty cool. Do 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 do. So good to be back in Seattle. I was gone for almost 2 days. So I didn't get to paint much. It was worth it though. I took a lot of pictures of the vineyards there in Oregon. So I'm gonna probably do some paintings of the vineyards we were at. We were at two of them. I like the way those trees came out now. Let me give you a straight shot so it looks a little different. There we go. I think I'll still do some more on this tomorrow. I'll probably add a bush down in this corner, and maybe I don't know, another tree here, maybe a small one here, but it's about 90% done. Thanks for watching, everybody. I know it's late. Thanks, Bente Aziz. I appreciate it. Let me see what Sean. So, what about another website like two? Can you sell them there also? Now, unfortunately, I don't have a website. I don't sell them on a website. I had a Etsy for a while, but they don't really sell on Etsy unless you got a big following. Like if I had like 20,000. Oh yeah, on YouTube. Yeah, I mean if you want something, boom, let me know and we'll talk about it. We could talk about it on an email or something. But yeah, you got to look at my channel, and there's a lot of them that I've already sold. So I guess I'll do some pictures of the ones that are still available. How's that sound? And I'll put it on my community page. Do you know how to get to my community page on the my channel? All right. Well, I guess I'm going to close this one out. This one came out pretty good for being late on a Sunday night. I'm still working on these types of trees. Are kind of new to me, but I'm starting to like how you fill up the whole canvas with something. So come tomorrow, and I'll do another painting tomorrow, and we'll see you guys then. Cheers, everybody.